Hello children, how are you all? Hope you are all doing good. So, have you all did your homeworks? Okay, very good. Do your homework properly. Okay children. So, in this class let us complete exercise 1.2. Okay, we have one more problem sum and we have objective type question. Okay, and also an example sum is there. Okay, take your classwork notebook. Put today's date and write the question of example 1.20 in your classwork notebook. Okay, let us read the question. A student, instead of multiplying a number by 8 upon 9, by mistake he divided it by 8 upon 9. Okay children, a student, instead of multiplying a number by 8 upon 9. Okay, so he needs to multiply by 8 upon 9, that is x into 8 upon 9. Okay, he needs to instead of multiplying a number by 8 upon 9, by mistake he divided it by 8 upon 9, that is x divided by 8 upon 9. Okay, so what will you get? X into 8, you can write it as 8x upon 9. Okay, and here we are having divide. So what will you do? Put the first number as the same and then we need to change the sign, that is into, and after that we need to take the multiplicative inverse or the reciprocal. So what is the reciprocal of 8 upon 9? 9 upon 8. Okay, so that will get x into 9, so 9x. Okay, 9x upon 8. Okay, so if the difference between the correct answer and the answer got by him is 34. Okay children, so we can write it as 9x upon 8 minus, okay, difference means subtraction, right? So 9x upon 8 minus 8x upon 9 equal to 34. This is the question. Okay, so we need to find the number. We need to find the number. So how will you find? Simply we can keep x in one side and bring all the numbers to the next side. Okay, so what we can do here, see 9x minus 8x, and also we are having different denominators. So what we can do, we can take LCM. Okay, so simply cross multiply. 9 8s are 72, right? So we can write it as 72. Okay, so now cross multiply. 9 9s are 81. So 81x minus 8 8s are 64. Okay, 64x. So 81x minus 64x equal to 34. Okay children, so now you can subtract very easily. 81 minus 64. So 11 and this becomes 7. So 11 minus 4. So 7, right? And 7 minus 6, 1. So 17. We will get the answer as 17x upon 72 equal to 34. Okay. Keep x in one side and other all in another side. Okay. So now, so 17x equal to 34 into 72. Okay. So x equal to, so let me write here, x equal to 34 into 72 upon 17. Okay children, now what we can do, we can use 17 table, right? 17 2s are 14, so 34. Okay, 17 2s are 34. Okay, so 117 is 17, 2 17s are 34. Now multiply 72 into 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 7s are 14. Okay, so we got the answer as x equal to 144. Okay children, is it clear? Simply what was given in the question? A student, instead of multiplying a number by 8 upon 9 by mistake, okay, first of all a number by 8 upon 9, okay. So let me consider that number as x, okay. So x into 8 upon 9 equal to, what will you get? 8x upon 9, okay children. But by mistake divided by 8 upon 9, okay. As a mistake he divided, okay, x divided by 8 upon 9, okay. So we got it as 9x upon 8, okay children. So we need to find the x, right. So while solving by using cross multiplication method, we got the answer as x equal to 144, okay children. So let us write. So write solution. Okay, solution. So first of all, the student, instead of multiplying a number, okay, let me consider the number as x, okay. Let the number be x. Okay, let the number be x, so that the student had to find what he need to find, x into 8 upon 9, that is 8x upon 9, okay children. Instead of finding that, what he found out, okay, but he found x divided by 8 upon 9, so that what will you get, x into 9 upon 8, that is 9x upon 8, okay children. And what is given, if the difference between the correct answer and the answer got by him is 34, okay. So the difference between these two, okay, so the difference is 9x upon 8 minus 8x upon 9 equal to 34. Okay, simply we can write it as given. Okay children, so it is given. So we can solve it very easily as earlier, okay. So what we need to do, here we are having subtraction, right, so that we can cross multiply. 8 9s are 72, okay children. So now 9 9s are 81, so 81x minus 64x equal to 34, okay. Now, so 81 minus 64, we will get 17, right. 17x equal to 17x upon 72 equal to 34, okay children. Now keep x in one side, so x equal to 34 into 72, so 17 will come here, right. So that divided by 17, so we will get x equal to, so 1 17 is 17, 2 17s are 34, so 17 2s are 144, okay children. So copy it in your classwork notebook, pause the video and write, okay children. So after completing this one, write the 10th sum in exercise 1.2, okay. Children, have you all completed exercise on that question, 10th question here, exercise 1.2? Okay, this is your homework question, okay, 10th. This is your homework question, okay. Let me explain this and you are going to do it as your homework, okay. So read the question. A student had multiplied a number by 4 upon 3, okay. So a student had multiplied a number by 4 upon 3, that is x into, so x into 4 upon 3, okay. So let the number be x, and what they had said, a student had multiplied a number by 4 upon 3, okay. A number is x, so multiplied by 4 upon 3, so the number is 4x upon 3, okay children. So instead of dividing it by 4 upon 3, okay, so divide பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா they had multiplied, okay, so they should do x divided by 4 upon 3, that is x into reciprocal of this is 4 upon 3 is 3 upon 4, right? So that 3x upon 4. Okay children, so they should do as like this, okay, they need to divide, but they had wrongly did multiplication, okay, multiplied and got 70 more than the correct answer. Okay children, so this one is the correct answer, right? So 4x upon 3 equal to 3x upon 4 plus 70, okay, correct answer விட 70 வந்து கூடுதலா கிடைச்சிருக்கு. Okay children, so we need to find the number, okay. So after getting this, you can solve it very easily, right? So this is your homework. Okay children, should write as let the number be x, okay, let the number be x, let the number be x, and we can write it as the student had to find, okay, the student had to find this one, right? Okay, and the student had to find this, but he found this, okay, and then given is this one, okay, and then you can solve this and find the x value. Okay children, can you all understood? Simply what is given? A student had multiplied a number by 4 upon 3, okay, he had multiplied a number by 4 upon 3, that is 4x upon 3, okay, instead of dividing it by 4 upon 3, okay, divide பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா அவங்க வந்து multiply பண்ணிட்டாங்க. Okay children, dividing it by 4 upon 3 and got 70 more than the correct answer. Okay children, this one is the correct answer, okay, so 70 more than the correct answer they got, okay, so multiply பண்ணிருக்காங்க, that is 4x upon 3 equal to 3x upon 4 plus 70, okay, you need to solve by keeping x on one side and other whole numbers on another side. Okay children, so this is your homework, okay, so let us do the objective type question, okay, see the 11th question in your book. Children, write the objective type question, okay, 11th question in your classwork notebook. Okay, you should write this also in your classwork notebook. Okay children, so let us solve this one. So what is the question? 3 upon 4 plus 5 upon 6 plus minus 7 upon 12. Okay, this one is the question. Okay, so see here we are having two signs, right? So what we need to do? 3 upon 4 plus 5 upon 6. So plus into minus, minus, okay, minus 7 upon 12, okay, and we are going to add, and also here we are having negative sign, but we are having different denominators, is it children? So that we are going to take LCM, okay, so let us find the LCM for this. So 4 comma 6 comma 12, okay, so we can use the prime number 2, okay, so 2 2s are 4, 3 2s are 6, and 6 2s are 12, okay, and again we can put 2, so 1 2 is 2, we can't go with this 3, so just write the same 3, and 3 2s are 6, okay, now we are having 3, right, so that we can put the prime number 3, okay, 1 3 is 3, okay, 1 3 is 3, and again 1 3 is 3, so what is the LCM? LCM equal to 2 2s are 4, 3 4s are 12, okay, so the LCM is 12, okay children, so we go the denominator as 12. Now, so what will be multiplied with this 4 to get 12? 3 4s are 12, right? So that we need to multiply that 3 in the numerator as well as in the denominator. Okay children, so 3 3s are 9. Okay, put plus. Now, we are having 5 upon 6, right? So what will be multiplied with this 6 to get 12? 2 6 are 12, right? So that we need to multiply 2 in the numerator as well as in the denominator. Okay children, so 5 2s are 10. Okay, put minus, and here we are having 12, so that the LCM is also 12, right? So that we can multiply 1 in the numerator as well as in the denominator. Okay children, so 1 7 is 7. Okay, now we can add the positive signs first. So 10 plus 9, 19. Okay, 19 minus 7, 12. Okay, so 12 upon 12. So what is the answer? 1. Okay, 112 is 12 and again 112 is 12. So that we got the answer as 1. Okay, option A is correct. Okay, option A, 1 is the answer. Okay children, so copy it in your notebook. You are doing this for a practice, okay? So you should do it in your classwork notebook. You should not write the answer directly in your book. So copy it in your classwork notebook children. Pause the video and copy, okay? And after completing this, do the 12th question. Write the 12th question in your classwork notebook. Okay, let us do the 12th one, okay? So 3 upon 4 minus 5 upon 8, okay? Plus 1 upon 2. First of all, let us solve this bracket, okay? Let us cross multiply. So 4 8s are 32, okay? Now cross multiply. 3 8s are 24, okay? Minus 5 4s are 20, okay children? Now 24 minus 20, 4, okay? 4 upon 32 plus 1 upon 2, okay? Now we can simplify it to the standard form, right? 1 4 is 4, 8 4s are 32. Okay children, so now we got 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 2. Okay, now again we can cross multiply, right? So 2 8s are 16. Now cross multiply. 1 2 is 2, 1 8 is 8. So 2 plus 8 will get 10. 10 upon 16. Okay children. So again we can make this into standard simplest form. So 5 2s are 10 and 8 2s are 16. So the answer we are getting is 5 upon 8. Okay. So it is option C. Option C, 5 upon 8 is the answer. Okay children. So we are completed up to the 12th one. 13, 14 and 15 is also your homework. Okay children. So let us move on to the next topic, properties of rational numbers. Okay. So copy this in your classwork notebook, okay? Pause the video and copy. So the next topic we are going to see is the properties of rational number. Okay children? So you may have learnt about the properties of integers in the smaller classes. So we can recall that integers and let us learn about the properties of rational number. Okay children? So integers means we know it is z. We can denote the integers as z. We can denote the rational number as q. Okay children? So in the smaller classes we are learnt about various properties, that is closure property and commutative property, associative property, distributive property. Okay, all these properties you may have learnt in the smaller classes. Okay, so today we are going to learn only about closure property. Okay, and commutative property. Okay, closure property and commutative property. Okay children. So closure property means if you are adding, okay, first of all addition, okay, let us learn about addition of closure property. So addition, simply if I am adding any two integers, okay, integers means it includes natural numbers, 0 and also the negative numbers, right? So if I am adding minus 1 plus 1, okay, so it is an integer and also it is also an integer, right? So if I am adding any two integers, the answer we are getting is also an integer. Okay children, so minus 1 plus 1, what will you get? Minus 1 plus 1, 0. Okay, 0 is also an integer, right? 0 we know, natural numbers 0 and also the negative numbers are all the integers. Okay, simply if I am having 5, okay, 5 is an integer, right? So plus 2, okay, 2 is also an integer. Okay, so if you are adding any two integer, 5 plus 2, what will you get? 7. 7 is also an integer. Okay, so while adding, okay, if you are adding any two integers, the answer we are getting is also an integer, means that we can say in that we are having closure property. Okay children, if you are adding any two integers, if you got the same integer as the answer means that is called closure property. We can say addition of integers are closed. Okay. Simply if I am saying about rational numbers, 1 upon 2 plus 5 upon 10. Okay, what will you do? It is a rational number, right? It's in the form of p by q and this q not equal to 0, right? Q equal to 2. So that it is a rational number. And it is also in the form of p upon q, right? So that we can add, okay, these two are rational numbers. So add this. So what will you get? 2 tens are 20. Now cross multiply. And 10 is 10 plus 2 5s are 10. Okay, so 20 upon 20 equal to 1. Okay, so this 1 is also a rational number because it is also in the form of 1 upon 1, that is p upon q, right? So it is also a rational number. So while adding any two rational numbers, if you got the rational number as the answer means that is called closure property. Okay children, simply while adding any two rational numbers, if you got the same rational number as the answer means that is called closure property. We can say the addition of rational numbers is closed. Okay children, we can say as like that. Okay, so we had seen about addition. Okay, in closure property we have seen about addition. Let us see about subtraction. Okay, so subtraction. So if I am having minus, so 5, okay, 5 is an integer, right? So minus 2 is also an integer. Okay, these two are integers. So while subtracting this one, 5 minus 2, we will get 3. 3 is also an integer. Is it children? So while subtracting two integers, if you got the answer also as an integer means that is called closure property. Okay children, we can say subtraction of integers are closed. Okay, so let us see about rational numbers. Okay, so 1 upon 2 minus 1 upon 3. Okay, it is a rational number, right? It is in the form of p upon q. Okay, and 1 upon 3, it is also a rational number. It is in the form of p upon q. Okay, and also q not equal to 0, right? Here also q not equal to 0. And here also q not equal to 0. Okay, so now we can do. So 2 3s are 6. Now cross multiply. 1 3 is 3 minus 1 2 is 2. 3 2s are 3 minus 2, 1 upon 6. Now see, it is also a rational number. It is in the form of p upon q where q not equal to 0, right? So if you are subtracting any two rational numbers and if you got the rational number as the answer means that is called closure property. Okay children, subtraction of rational numbers holds closure property. Okay, it satisfies closure property. Okay children, so let us see about the multiplication of rational numbers. Okay, multiplication of integers and multiplication of rational numbers. Okay children, see, if you are having 5 into minus 3, okay, so it is an integer, right? 5 is an integer and minus 3, it is also an integer, right? So while multiplicating any two integer, the answer, okay, what is the answer? 5 3s are 15, okay, plus into minus, minus, okay. So the answer we are getting is also as a integer, right? A negative integer. Is it children? So that while multiplying two integers, we got the answer also as an integer. So that we can say multiplication of integers are closed. Okay, multiplication of integers are closed. Okay, it holds closure property. Okay children, in rational numbers, simply if I am having 1 upon 2 into 5 upon 4. So it's in the form of p by q, it's a rational number, right? 5 upon 4, it is also a rational number. Okay, while multiplying two rational numbers, so what will you get? 1 5 is 5 and 2 4s are 8. Okay, so we got this one is also a rational number, right? While multiplying two rational number, if we got the answer, the product also as a rational number means we can say the multiplication of rational numbers are closed. Okay, so it holds closure property. Okay children, is it clear? So let us see about division. Okay, division of integers and division of rational numbers. Okay children, see 5 divided by 10. So 5 divided by 10. So what will you get? 5 it is a rational number, right? Sorry, 5 it is a integer, right? 10 is also a integer, okay? While dividing this 5 divided by 10, what will you get? 5 divided by 10. So we can't write. So we will get the answer as 5 upon 10. Is it an integer? 5 upon 10? No, right? It is a rational number, so children. So that the division of integers does not hold closure property. Okay children? Division of integers does not hold closure property. Okay. So let us try for rational number. Okay. See, 1 upon 2 divided by 0. So what will you get? 1 upon 2 divided by 0. So or else, see, 5 divided by 0. We can't write, it is undefined, right? So that division of integers and also division of rational numbers does not hold closure property. Okay, does not hold closure property. Okay children, is it clear? And the next is about commutative property. Okay, commutative. So first of all, let us see about addition of integers. Okay, see, commutative means simply if you are adding any two integers in an order means, okay, it will be equal to, okay, a different order. Simply we can order it differently. Okay, that is a plus b equal to b plus a. Okay children, simply if you are adding, okay, 1 is an integer, right? So if you are adding 1 plus 3, okay, what will you get? 1 plus 3 equal to 4, right? And if I am changing the order, okay, 3 plus 1, okay, 3 plus 1, it is also 4, okay? Both these are equal. Okay children, simply if you are ordering the integers in different order while an addition means also, you will get the same answer, okay? So that we are saying the addition of integers are commutative. Okay children, and again, in rational numbers, if we are considering 1 upon 2 plus 2 upon 3, okay, it will be equal to 2 upon 3 plus 1 upon 2. Okay, let us check. Okay, 2 3s are 6. Okay, we got the denominator as 6. So now cross multiply. 1 3 is 3 plus 2 2s are 4. So what will you get? 3 plus 4? 7. 7 upon 6. Okay, now see, do this. 3 2s are 6, okay, we got the same denominator. 2 2s are 4 plus 1 3 is 3, okay children. So 4 plus 3 equal to 7 upon 6, okay, these two are equal, right? Both the answers are 7 upon 6, okay children. So that we can say the addition of rational numbers are commutative, okay children. Okay, it is satisfied for this too, okay, a plus b equal to b plus a. Okay children, so addition of integers as well as addition of rational numbers are commutative. Okay children, so let us see about subtraction. Okay, see children, if you are subtracting any two integers, if it is minus 1 plus 3, okay, equal, okay, let us check, okay, whether it is equal or not. Okay, 3 minus 1. Okay, whether it is equal or not, check. Okay, so minus 1 plus 3 means, so 5 minus plus 3. Okay, so let us check for 3, okay, plus 3 minus 5. Okay children, so see, 5 here, minus into plus, minus, right? So 5 minus 3. So what will you get? 5 minus 3, it is 2, right? So greater number sign is plus, so that we are getting the answer as 2. Here subtracted 3 minus 5. So what will you get? Minus 2, is it children? So whether these two are equal? No, right? These two are not equal. Okay children, these two are not equal. So we can say subtraction of integers are not commutative. Okay children, subtraction of integers are not commutative. Okay, let us check for subtraction of rational numbers. Okay, see, if we are having 1 upon 2 minus 1 upon 3. Okay, if I am subtracting 1 upon 3 minus 1 upon 2. Okay, let us subtract it and check whether these two are equal or not. Okay, so 1 upon 2 minus into plus minus, right? So minus 1 upon 3. Now 2 3s are 6. 1 3 is 3 minus 1 2 is 2. So 3 minus 2, 1 upon 6. Okay, greater number sign is plus, right? So that 1 upon 6. Okay, try for this. So 3 2s are 6. Okay, now cross multiply. 1 2 is 2 minus 1 3 is 3. Okay, so 2 minus 3 minus 1. So the greater number sign is minus, right? So minus 1 upon 6. Okay, these two are not equal. Okay children, so a subtraction of integers as well as subtraction of rational numbers are not commutative. Okay children, in subtraction, okay, a minus b not equal to b minus a. Okay children, is it clear? So addition of rational numbers and addition of integers are commutative, while the subtraction of rational numbers and also subtraction of integers are not commutative. Okay children, is it clear? Okay, let us see about the multiplication. Okay, so the next is about multiplication, right? So a into b equal to b into a. Okay, simply 3 is an integer, right? Into 1. Okay, 1 is also an integer, right? So 1 3 is 3, and if I am changing the order, 1 into 3, so what will you get? 1 into 3? 3. Okay, these two are equal, right? So the multiplication of integers are commutative. Okay, let us check for the rational numbers. Okay, so 1 upon 3, 5 upon 6. Okay, so and 5 upon 6 into 1 upon 3. Okay, I'll just change the order. Now try. 1 5 is 5 and 3 6 are 18. Okay, and here 1 5 is 5 and 6 3s are 18. Okay, these two are equal. Okay, these two are equal. Okay children, so that we can say the commutative property holds for multiplication of rational numbers. Okay, so and the last is about division of rational numbers and division of integers. So division means what we can say, a divided by b equal to b divided by a. It is not possible. Okay, division of rational numbers and also division of integers are not possible. Okay children, in this case it is not possible. Okay children, can you all understood? So we can say only the commutative property of addition, okay, addition, and commutative property of multiplication, okay, is possible. Okay children, can you all understood? Simply the commutative property for addition, it is possible. Okay children, so and also the multiplication of rational numbers is also possible. Okay children, so can you all understood? So what are all the properties we have learnt in this class? We have learnt about closure property. So first is closure property. So what is called as closure property? Simply if you are finding the answer, okay, simply it's a rational number, right? 1 upon 2 is a rational number, and again I am adding another one rational number. Okay, so what will you get? 3 upon 2, right? So it is also a rational number, right? So that it is called closure property. We can say addition of rational numbers are closed. Okay, addition of rational numbers are closed, and then subtraction of rational numbers also hold. Okay, simply if I am subtracting 2 upon 5 minus 4 upon 5, these two are rational numbers, right? So 4 plus 2, subtraction, right? For what will you get? Minus 2 upon 5. It is also a rational number. Okay, children? So the subtraction of rational numbers is also closed. Okay. And then multiplication. So multiplication, simply if we are having 2 upon 5 into 1 upon 5, 1 upon 3. So what will you get? It's a rational number and it is also a rational number. So while we are multiplying these two, 1 into 2, 2 and 5 3s are 15. Okay, it is also closed because we got the same rational number. Okay, children. So, but while dividing, is it possible? Whether it holds? Simply, if I am having 1 upon 5, 2 upon 5 divided by 0, whether it is possible? No, okay, it is not closed. Okay, children. And then, what is the next property we have learned? We have learnt about closure properties, commutative property, okay. Closure property and commutative property. Commutative property means, simply if it is addition of rational numbers, how will you say? Commutative, simply addition means A plus B equal to B plus A, okay. Simply if you are changing the order of that rational number means also the answer will never change, okay. So that is called commutative property, okay. And also the multiplication of rational numbers are hold, okay. It is possible, okay. Simply if it is A into B means if you are changing the order means also we will get the same answer, okay children. Can you all understood? Simply we can say the addition of rational numbers are commutative and multiplication of rational numbers are commutative. Okay children, so we have learnt about the two properties, closure property and commutative property. Okay, let us continue this in next class. Okay, let me give you the homework. Children, note your today's homework. Okay, I already have explained the 10th sum, right? So your homework is from page number 19, that is exercise 1.2. 10th question I have explained, and then 13, 14, 15 is objective type question. Okay children, you should do it properly. Okay, do work out it and write the answer. Okay children, write your homework in your homework notebook. You should not fill it in your book. Okay, so thank you.